So we last left you, we were in Arequipa, no we were in Puno, sorry, and we were travelling to Bolivia. The bus was fine, we had a little stop off at Copacabana, and I said to Charlie, oh we'll get to go to the real Copacabana, and you corrected me.
No, because Bolivia one is the original one, so then the Brazil one was actually named after it, but it's not as fancy, it's a bit like...
It was touristy,
yeah,
but it was really nice. There was a beach, but it was more like a rocky beach.
Yeah.
But it was nice.
But we had an hour to walk around, so we just had a little wander.
Yeah.
Had a coffee, and then got back on a bus then to get to La Paz.
Yeah.
The buses weren't that luxurious this time.
No, cruise also.
No. But we only had a couple of hours on, really. Well, a few hours.
Yeah, it wasn't
by
too
our
bad.
standards anyway.
It wasn't too bad.
Then we got to La Paz, and we were staying in Wild Rover.
It was cold, and the altitude again kills you.
Yeah.
Even because we crossed the border from Peru to Bolivia, and it wasn't a steep hill, but just walking up a little bit of an incline, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah. So when we got to the Wild River, we stayed in one before. It was meant to be like a party hostel. So we started talking to a couple that was in our room. Went out with them that night to the cool bar, and then
I was dying the next day.
Yeah.
I literally didn't wake up till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I had a nap at 6:30 till 7:30, and then we were back in bed by 11. So I slept most of the day. But on the way out, so we just thought we'll have to go out for food because we didn't want to eat in the Wild Rover constantly. So as we walked out, we seen like loads of rainbow flags, and in Cusco, where we'd been before, like their not national flag, like their flag of the city looks similar to the gay pride flag. So I was like, gay pride, but I didn't think it actually was, and then it was a big gay pride parade. It was amazing. Loads of drag queens, loads of like floats. It was really good. Like loads of signs for like more, and it was really nice.
Yeah, so that was a bit unexpected, and it meant that we at least got to see something that day. Then the next day we booked onto a walking tour because we love them, and it was a really good one, this one.
It was really good.
Just told us loads about La Paz.
It was like little stories rather than just facts. Like it was telling us about the San Pedro prison, which is like a little city inside, and there's no guards inside, and families can live there and stuff like that. And it's like in the middle, so the San Pedro Square is like a big, nice, beautiful square, and on the side of the square, in the middle of the city, is the prison. It's crazy.
And the prisoners have to pay to live there.
Yeah, you have to pay, or if you don't pay.
And he was saying like the top rooms are like really expensive. Like it's probably about
15 grand they can go up to.
Yeah, so
dollars.
Yeah, so they've got like hot tubs and things like this actually inside the prison. They've got other people like doing like taxi services and things like this.
And they can continue with the like if they're a big drug dealer, they can continue with the trade inside.
So it was really interesting just to hear all of the different stories and stuff like this. And he was teaching us like some like tales about the cholitas, which are like the traditional women in the dresses, and they've got like plaits that hang down in these big skirts. He's telling us all stories about that.
Yeah,
so
if the hat's on the side, they're ready to mingle, they're single. If it's straight, it's they're in a relationship, but if it's the back, it's complicated. So he's saying it's a bit like Facebook. Relationship statuses.
So it was a really cool walking tour, wasn't it?
It was really good.
And then that evening we were going to this thing called Cholitas Wrestling, which is a bit like WWE wrestling, but it's with these women in the traditional dress. So they have like these big skirts on, plaits in the hair, a little bowler hat on top,
glitzy tops, like just something that you wouldn't wrestle in normally.
Yeah, and they're actually like flipping each other.
It was really funny.
I mean, it was clearly fake, but it was funny. It was good to watch.
It was funny, but it was too cold.
Yeah, it was absolutely freezing.
I was sick again. Don't know why.
Cold.
It was full of a cold again.
So we think it's probably the going in and out of hot and cold weather. So on that day it was absolutely freezing when we were watching the wrestling, because there was like no sides on the sides of the building, so it was just open to the weather, and in La Paz it's really cold at times. So we were supposed to then go and do Death Road, which is like the world's most dangerous road, and you bike down it. And the two of us were full of colds, don't really like biking. I thought it was £100, we were like, oh, forget it.
And it was like 4 or 5 hours of biking.
Yeah.
Like last time when we did the mountain biking, it was only 2 hours, and I wanted it to end then. So we thought there's no point in just doing it just to take a picture and say we've done it.
Yeah. So we backed out of it
and booked a flight instead. Treated ourselves to a flight out of when we leave here.
So yeah, so we just didn't end up doing it at all. But then, because we had a little bit more time in La Paz, we got to have a little look around the city a bit more. Went on the cable cars, and it's absolutely amazing. La Paz, it's all built into the mountains, but then there's like mountains all the way around it, like snow-capped mountains.
It was just magical. It was to look at. And then yeah, we ate lots of nice meals because we were too sick to drink very much, so we treated ourselves like usual to nice meals.
Yeah. And then we decided, because it was too cold there and we had colds, we were like, we need to get somewhere warm. So not many people normally go east in Bolivia, but we heard that it was really hot here. So we've come across a place called Santa Cruz, which is like nice, sunny, quite like Americanized.
Yeah, like it's really like, it seems rich.
Yeah, it's not like Bolivia at all. Like the rest of Bolivia is really poor, and they call all the people from Santa Cruz like snobs, which isn't really our forte, but we just needed the warm weather to try and clear our colds.
But unfortunately, it was an 18-hour bus to get here.
Yeah.
And Charlie looked up like the best bus companies, and we did get the best bus company, but it was still like, it was dirty,
and it was about 19 hours in the end because we were like an hour late.
And it was freezing leaving La Paz because we left La Paz of an evening, so it was really, really cold then. But then as soon as it got 6 o'clock in the morning, we were closer to sea level, and it was boiling, and there was no aircon, and there was like just 3 little windows on the side of the bus.
Yeah.
So we were sweating the whole time for about 6 hours this morning.
Yeah. But when we've got here, it's like, I just want to say, it's like quite low down. So our ears have popped coming from La Paz to here. So both of us are like pretty deaf at the moment.
I feel like we're underwater.
Yeah, we're trying to like pop our ears with a cold.
Oh, they didn't do one stop on the 18-hour. Well, they didn't stop on the 18-hour bus apart from an hour before the end where we had a half-an-hour break.
Yeah.
So we were just like, we just want to get there now. Like, we're sweating and hungry and.
But it looks nice. We've had a little wander around. Not an awful lot, but a little bit, because we're a bit knackered and stuff. We're going to see what we can do. And we're going to plan our next 2 days, and then we'll update you. But as Siobhan said, we're getting a flight out of here, so
no more buses.
No more. Well, there will be more,
no
but
buses
not
this
more
week.
buses this week, which is good. But we'll speak to you all soon. Love you lots. Bye.
Bye. Love you.